Hello students, how are you all? I'm sure you all are doing really good. So children, let's begin with our very first chapter, which is Unit 1 History, Where, When and How. Points to study: how important are date, how we periodize, colonial period, how we know, administration produce records, surveys become important, what official records do not tell. Introduction. History means a record of significant events that have occurred over a time on a particular day in the past. History is a subject which deals with past events like when a battle was fought, period of dynasties, when a king was crowned, birth of any religion and other changes, etc. History is also important to know the exact date and year of any particular event. Hence, we continue to associate history with a string of dates, since details of any such events which have occurred in the past cannot be determined without referring to the specific dates. So, in other words, we can say that history is synonymous with dates. History is a record of significant events written in chronological order. It is the subject from where we find out how things were in the past and how things have changed in the past. Living in the world, we do not always ask historical questions about what we see around us. We take things for granted, as we would see has always been in the world we inhabit. But most of us have our moments of wonder when we are curious and we ask questions that actually are historical. तो हिस्ट्री जो होती है बच्चों, एक इवेंट होता है जो हमें किसके बारे में बताता है, पास्ट के बारे में बताता है, ये डेट्स के बारे में बताता है और इवेंट्स के बारे में बताता है जो क्रॉनिकल ऑर्डर्स में उस टाइम पे हुए थे. How important are dates? The dates we choose are the dates around which we compose our story of the past. These dates are not important on their own. They become important because we take a particular set of events as important which have happened around that time. The importance of that dates change with the change in our emphasis. We explain this with the following examples. British historians in India emphasize the rule of each Governor General. We read about the deeds of Governor General like Hastings, Wesley, Bentinck, Dalhousie, Canning, Lawrence, Lytton, Curzon, Ripon, Harding, Irwin. All the dates were linked to these personalities describing their activities, policies and achievements. Can we not write about the history of this period in a different way? How we do focus on activities of different groups and classes in the Indian society within the format of this history of governor generals. When we write history or a story, we divide it into chapters. Why do we do this? It is to give each chapter some coherence. It is to tell a story in a way that makes some sense and can be followed. In this process, we focus on those events that help us to give shape to the story we are telling. In these histories that revolve around the life of British Governor General, the activities of Indians simply do not fit. They have no space. When do they? We do. Clearly, we need another format for our history. This would mean that the old dates will no longer have the significance they earlier had. A new set of dates will become more important for us to know. तो बच्चों डेट्स क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट होती है? क्योंकि डेट्स जो होती है हमें इवेंट्स के बारे में बताती है और कब कौन सी डेट पे कौन सा इवेंट हुआ था, जैसे कब जो ब्रिटिशर्स थे वो इंडिया आए थे और कैसे उन्होंने शासन किया था, कैसे वो इंडिया से बाहर गए थे. तो ये सब जो इवेंट्स होते हैं ये हमें डेट के थ्रू ही पता चलते हैं. How we periodize. We periodize a time in order to characterize it into different periods on the basis of some significant events that have happened during those days. These demarcations of time into different periods in the past is known as periodization, which became important for history as it helped to reflect our ideas quickly about the happening and changes from one period to the other. In 1870, James Mill, a Scottish economist, historian and political philosopher, published a book, The History of British India, in which he divided the Indian history into three periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. According to Mill, before British came to India, Hindu and Muslim despots ruled this country. He said that religious intolerance, caste taboos, and superstitious practices dominated social life. He also felt that without British help, India would have never progressed. But Mill's conception of dividing Indian history on the basis of religions has many flaws and so is not acceptable. We cannot characterize an age only through the religions of the rulers of the time. We know that a variety of faiths and religions existed simultaneously in these periods. Also, all rulers in ancient India did not share the same faith. It is this country from where two other religions like Buddhism and Jainism developed and spread to other parts of the world, while Hindu religions also existed. अब बच्चों हिस्ट्री से हमें पता चलता है कि कौन कौन से धर्म उस टाइम पे हुआ करते थे और कैसे बुद्धिज़्म, कैसे जैनिज्म जो था उसकी उत्पत्ति हुई थी और कैसे उनका प्रचार प्रसार जो था वो हुआ था. Colonial period. The term colonial refers to something related to or the characteristics of a colony or anything made during and in the style of such a period. The British Empire was one of the most extensive empire, with colonies being conquered from as early as the 1600s and some lasting to the late 1990s. Some of these were amalgamated and combined, the result being a change in territorial borders. कॉलोनियल पीरियड क्या होता है? ये टर्म जो होती है कॉलोनी, ये रेफर करती है कि जो कॉलोनीज होती हैं वो उसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स वगैरह क्या हुआ करती थी और उस टाइम पे कैसे उनको स्टाइल वगैरह किया जाता था. हाउ वी नो? What sources do historians use in writing about the last 250 years of Indian history? Administration produce records. One important source is the official record of the British administration. The British believed that the act of writing was important. Every instruction, plan, policy, decision, agreement, investigation had to be clearly written up. Once this was done, things could be properly studied and debated. This conviction produced an administrative culture of memos, nothing and reports. The original documentary archive, which form the India Office records, are mainly arranged in the regular administrative series in which they were used in the East India Company and the India Office. For example, series of original letters received, draft or copies, letters sent, registered files of correspondence, minutes and proceedings of committees and other corporate bodies, list of personal and nominal returns, title deeds and other legal document, books of account, reports, memoranda, ships, journals, etc. embedded in these documentaries. Archives are extensive collection of official publication and maps assembled by the India Office and its procedures, chiefly from material received in the official correspondence. The practice by which the council and committees in factories, settlement and centers of government routinely sent copies of their own proceedings and minutes to London for reference contributed significantly to the comprehensiveness of archive of the East India Company and the India Office from the earliest year. The company established a library in East India House in 1801 as a public repository for the safe custody of books, manuscript and works of art placed in its care by its servant in India and by others. The East India Company's library was systematically developed by the company and the India offices as the reference library for official administration and as a learned library for scholars. And it served from 1867 the archival function as the place of legal deposit in Britain for works published in British India. The collection and preservation of private papers of individual and organization connected with India had been carried on by the East India Company and the India Office since early in the 19th century, and this activity continue in the private paper section of India Office record. तो बच्चों एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस के बारे में जान लेते हैं कि वो जो रिकॉर्ड है वो क्या कहते हैं. जैसे कि हमें कैसे पता चलता है कि जो ब्रिटिशर्स थे वो कैसे इंडिया में आए थे. तो इंडिया आए थे तो उन्होंने काफ़ी सारे जो उनके रिपोर्ट्स वगैरह हुआ करती थी, जो उनके लेटर्स वगैरह हुआ करते थे, जो भी ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड हुआ करते थे वो संभाल के रखते थे, जिससे हमें पता चलता है कि वो उस किस टाइम पर भारत आए थे, कैसे कैसे उन्होंने अपने हमारे इंडिया पे राज किया था. Both the East India Company and Board of Control made provision for the care and custody of their records. The company mainly through the Office of Registrar and Keepers of the Indian Books from 1771 and the board through the Librarian and Keeper of the Papers from 1811. In 1860, the India Office surveyed its procedures, records and destroyed a large amount of material, particularly commercial records considered to be ephemeral, while retaining what we were judged to be the important historical records. The preservation of the pre-1858 records and of newly accumulated records of the India Office was assigned to the Central Record Department in 1884. After the independence of India, Pakistan and Burma in 1947 and 1948, the Indian Records Section, later the India Office Record and the India Office Library were administered by the Commonwealth Relation Office, later the Commonwealth Office, and from 1968 by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. In 1982, the India Office Library and records were placed on deposit with the British Library Board, and the India Office record have since been administered as public record in the British Library Asia Pacific and अफ्रीका कलेक्शन फॉर्मली ओरिएंटेड एंड इंडिया ऑफिस कलेक्शन. तो बच्चों उन्होंने अपनी एक लाइब्रेरी भी मेंटेन की थी जिसमें उन्होंने अपनी बुक्स वगैरह रखी थी, अपने जो रिकॉर्ड्स थे, जो फाइल्स थी, जो भी उनका मेमोरेंडा था वो बना करके वहाँ पे सेव करके रखते थे. इवन जब वो इंडिया से चले गए थे तो इंडिया से जाने के बाद ये जितने भी जो ऑफिशियल्स थे, जो काम थे, जो भी इनके पेपर वर्क थे, वो बाद में एडमिनिस्टर किए गए थे बाय द कॉमनवेल्थ रिलेशन ऑफिस. Surveys become important. The practice of surveying also became common under the colonial administration. The British believed that a country had to be properly known before it could be effectively administered. Survey means to study or investigate important facts and figures regarding a particular subject, topic or country for acquiring additional and specific information for further study or investigation. In the early 19th century, detailed survey were conducted throughout the country in almost all the major fields such as the topography, studying the cropping pattern, botanical surveys, geological surveys, archaeological surveys, anthropological surveys and forest surveys, etc. in order to collect necessary information regarding the country. Surveys in any field is very important and crucial in the sense that it helps one to collect the right data, figures, information and reports regarding a subject. To a historian, surveys are equally important because a historian is related to history and all information is related to the past. To the historians, archaeological survey are important because they deal with the past. Historians can come across certain information like the ancient civilization, the behavior of human beings in the past, the structure of the society, the culture and the tradition, habits and their livelihood. These are important because the historians can assess actual information prevalent during the period and what transformation has been brought or will be taking place in future. The Great Trigonometrical Survey in India started on 10th April 1802 with the measurement of a baseline near Madras. Major Lamdons selected the flat plains with St. Thomas Mount at the north end and Perumbouk Hill at the southern end. The baseline was 7.5 miles, 12.1 kilometer long. Lieutenant Cater was dispatched to find high vantage points on the hills of the west so that the coastal point of Tellicherry and Cannanore could be connected. The high hills chosen were Mount Delhi and Tadiad Mole. The distance from coast to coast was 360 miles, 580 km, and their survey line was completed in 806. The East India Company thought that this project would take about 5 years, but eventually it took more than 60 years, draining the profit of the company so much. So it was brought under the crown after 1857. Because of the extent of the land to be surveyed, the surveyor did not triangulate the whole of India but instead created triangulation chains running from north to south and east to west. At times the survey party numbered 700 peoples. अब बच्चों यहाँ पे बताया गया है कि जो हिस्ट्री है वो कैसे लिखी गई थी। पहले हिस्ट्री को सर्वे किया गया था कि कौन कौन से इवेंट किस किस डेट पे हुए थे और कौन कौन से इवेंट किसके थ्रू हुए थे। तो सब कुछ को सिस्टमैटिक रूप से लगाना, उनको सर्वे करके उनको एक बुक में लिखना, फिर हमारे लिए हिस्ट्री को क्रिएट करना, ये हिस्टोरियंस के लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया था। हिस्टोरियंस जो थे वो आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे भी करते थे, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे जो मॉन्यूमेंट्स वगैरह बने थे, जो चेंजेस वगैरह किए गए थे ब्रिटिशर्स के थ्रू, तो वो भी उन्होंने अपने बुक्स वगैरह में मेंशन किए थे। What official record do not tell? From this vast corpus of record, we can get to know a lot, but we must remember that these are officials' record, that they tell us what the officials thought, what they were interested in, and what they wish to preserve for posterity. But they had not tell us what people did in the country at that time. For this, we have to find other sources. These may include diaries of people, account of travelers, biographies of important person, and account of leaders and reformers. Novelists, poets, and even newspaper also help us to learn about the life of country at that time. However, all these accounts were only about literate people. They do not tell us about the life of tribals, peasants, and poor people. It is difficult to know about these peoples. Information found in newspapers is varied, based on incidents that have happened across the country, whereas the police report are limited and localized. Because of this fact, sometimes the information historians get from police report is not as useful as it is from old newspaper. However, for any incident, the newspaper may not quote all the reasons behind this and biased as per the thinking of reporters, while in police record we could find some evidence for an incident and unbiased reports. तो बच्चों हम जान लेते हैं कि ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड्स या जो सोर्सेज थे उससे हमें क्या पता चलता है। जो उस टाइम पे न्यूज़पेपर वगैरह छपा करते थे उससे हमें पता चलता है कि उस टाइम पे जो लोग थे वो किस तरह के हुआ करते थे, कैसे उस टाइम पे सरकारी थी, कैसे रूल्स वगैरह हुआ करते थे। लेकिन ये हमें सिर्फ अमीर लोगों के बारे में बताते हैं। उस टाइम पे पुअर पीपल कैसे हुआ करते थे, ट्राइबल्स में जो लोग रहा करते थे वो कैसे रहा करते थे, तो उनके बारे में हमें कोई भी इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं मिलती है। इवन जो पुलिस रिकॉर्ड है उस टाइम का वो भी हमें सिर्फ बड़े लोगों के बारे में बताता है, वो पुअर पीपल्स के बारे में नहीं बताता। तो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो रिकॉर्ड्स है वो हमें बायस लगते हैं। Keywords: history, the study of past events, particularly in human affairs. Colonial, relating to or characteristics of a colony or colonies. Periodize, divide a portion of time into periods. Let's recapitulate. History is a record of significant events that have occurred over a time or on a particular day in the year. The British Empire was one of the most expensive empires. The British believed that a country had to be properly known before it could be effectively administered. The Great Trigonometrical Survey of India started on 10th April 1802. Information found in newspaper is varied based on the incident that have happened across the country. So children, I hope you understood the chapter very well. Now you can revise the chapter and practice the given exercise by yourself.